Welcome back, everyone. Today I am taking you to 2 estate sales in the North Shore of Chicago. I went on the first day of each of these sales, so you will see some pricier items. The second sale especially has gorgeous, beautiful vintage glasswork and art. So be sure to watch through the whole video so you get to see some of those treasures. Remember to join the hunt and subscribe so you never miss a video. Come along. Starting out with a bang, check out this amazing mid-century modern coffee table. $2.95. These pieces of art were really puzzling. I still can't find much information on them because it's like a metallic, velvety type of art piece, signed Carreño. And I think it's a play on Ignacio Beller's original art. But please comment below if you know anything about these unique pieces. Thank you. Vintage shoe lovers, get ready. Made in Italy, Maserati shoes, size 6.5. These beauties will be available in my Etsy store, Tiny Finds Treasures. Looks like they've never even been worn, and there are great comps for this. So great find. I brought these home. I can't make this up. Same color palette as the shoes. We've got a Scotland wool sweater and this absolutely groovy 70s or 80s sweater. Identical colors to the Maserati shoes. A success. My bags are full, and I'm definitely glad that I brought them. And I think I got some pretty good things. And I did find Winnie the Pig. You have to wait to see her. Well, I'm happy with how that went. I think I have a few bags full, and she worked with me on the price, which I appreciate. So let's go to the next one. Hello, everyone. I am making an impromptu estate sale stop. We are going to see if we can find any treasures. I'm Steph. Come along. This piece, according to eBay, has sold for an average of $276.50 over the past 3 years, with most of those being over 2 years ago. So I did not go back for this one, which they had listed for $295. My in-laws have this too. Anyone else? First time seeing a wedding dress with the veil at an estate sale. Made me just a little bit sad. I keep hearing that older vintage irons are the best irons. Is that true? Let me know in the comment section below. This vintage trunk is actually quite nice. Intact on the inside, intact on the outside. I just feel like this would be a mega monster to ship. $40 I think is a pretty decent price for this. I would have come back the next day for the 50% off. But how do you ship these behemoths of items? I know some people do, but tell me the strategy there. Very curious to know. If I did eBay and knew anything about good caliber golf clubs, I probably would have went through this. But unfortunately for me, I don't know. I do know they sell well, but I don't know what is what. If I knew anyone who was an avid golfer, there were so many quirky, neat golf things in this house. This was a gorgeous TV. Wish it would have been for sale. Now we get into more really high caliber, beautiful, expensive artwork. So enjoy. Beautiful piece of vintage artwork. If it were the 50% off day, I probably would have gotten it. What is that matting called when it's got like a suede texture? That was really interesting. Okay, I'm immediately drawn to this marble or stone vintage backgammon board. Look at those colors. We'll be back. So this piece is interesting because there's an Etsy listing for it for $950. It is signed. They have it for $425, but I decided not coming back for it. I think I made the right call. I couldn't find anything that had sold on eBay on this after the fact, so I'm pretty happy I didn't go back for that one, even at 50% off. However, I really do like this piece. I enjoy the colors. I think the framing and the matting is nice and simple. I think it has a lot of potential to go great in a gallery wall, but I just couldn't do it for the price. Then I spot these books. And folks, this is my jam. If there is one thing I don't hesitate to get for my kids, it's vintage books or books, but I actually prefer vintage books. This one I think is especially charming, essentially visiting children's houses around the world, seeing what other cultures are like. Just so good, so good. And we are a fairly big Winnie the Pooh house. My son named one of my twins Winnie. He wanted to name the other one Pooh. I said yes to Winnie, no to Pooh. And I think she'll appreciate that someday. So I picked some of these up. The thing is, they're so cheap, usually $1 or $2 at a estate sale. And if they're in pretty good readable condition, I just don't hesitate. And we love Thomas the Tank Engine too. So that was a big win. Oh, I forgot. Travels of Dr. Dolittle for my son. Read it the other night. Loves it. Loves it. There are a lot of bridge players in the North Shore of Chicago and the Chicago area, I am learning. If I had $1 for every bridge book that I've seen at estate sales, I'd be buying even more than I already do. These frames were actually pretty nice. I don't think they're vintage, but I do need some family picture frames that are bigger. However, they didn't have a price, and I didn't love them, so I passed. Hot tub room complete with fridge right off the master bath. I looked it up. These resell well. I also figured out how many pieces there were supposed to be, and everything was there. We're getting it. Let's jump right into the haul. So this first estate sale was actually a couple months ago, and I just unloaded everything. It's been in the bag for a couple months. Anyone else do that? But one of my favorite items you didn't see on camera, so hang around for that. Let's start with vintage clothing. I am not a big vintage clothing gal, but these pieces I felt like I had to get. This first one is a Pringle of Scotland wool sweater. It's absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous wool. I love the colors, which is why I'm really hesitant to let this go. However, if one of you are dying to have this, send me a message in my Etsy store, Tiny Finds Treasures, and I can get this posted specifically for you. But this looks like and feels like the coziest sweater, 100% vintage. Check out that tag, made in Scotland, 100% Shetland wool. It's simple, but I do love the detailing around the neckline and also at the bottom as well. He needs a good dry cleaning because he's a little smelly, but oh, let me know if you want this, otherwise it'll be in my closet. I mean, so fun. And in case you didn't notice, yes, I got the shoes that are exactly the same color palette. What? That's pretty wild, is it not? Whew. These will be available on my Etsy store, Tiny Finds Treasures. I will get these listed. If they're not listed, send me a message. I'll get it up for you. But really cool vintage items here with this sweater, which is a size medium and hand wash only, and these kitten heel Maserati shoes. A lot of these I saw online are made in Italy. These say they're made in Hong Kong on the back, and they are leather. So this is going to be a great find for somebody. This is not my style. I cannot pull this off, but I know someone out there can. Then we get to the candlesticks. I knew as soon as I saw these at that sale that I wanted them. Honestly, I probably paid too much for them because this is one of the earlier sales when I was just thinking about, should I become a vintage reseller? So I was paying up on things probably more than I should have. But even at $8, I hope I can at least break even with that because these are gorgeous all together. Some have detailing that have a space in the middle. The others have no space and are pure brass. 3 of each kind, and I actually think they all look fabulous together. So I will sell these as a set. Just in time for the holidays, I think those would be beautiful spread out on a holiday table. Then my little prized possession. I went into that sale looking for this and I didn't even film because I wanted it so badly once I Googled it and figured out what it was. This is called Winnie the Pig and she is from the 1940s. It is a cookie jar. I had never heard of her before that sale and I saw the pictures posted ahead of time. I have a daughter named Winnie, as I said earlier, so I wanted her badly. Now she was filthy. Winnie the Pig needed a bath. So I gave her one and pleasantly enough, she cleaned up really well. You're looking good, Win. Looking good. These are actually very valuable. They have sold for over $100 on eBay. And so I was really thinking about keeping this, but who am I kidding? I have 3 kids, 4 and under. This is not going to survive in my house. I want her to go to a home that will appreciate her because she deserves it. I mean, look at her. There's probably collectors out there as well. She's in very good shape. The only thing I noticed is she has a little chip right in here, tiny one here, which I brought up and they negotiated with me on this. I think I paid $32 for it. Again, probably a little high, but I'm learning now. However, the ones I saw on eBay also had a chip or a couple little chips and you can't notice at all, even when the lid is on. And this part of the lid is completely intact. So Miss Winnie the Pig will be available on my Etsy store, Tiny Finds Treasures. Claim her now if you want her, because I think she's going to be a hot ticket. Yeah, you Winnie. Then I have some linens I actually picked up at a different sale where I didn't even film much really. Tell me about linens. Do you like the hand-stitched linen napkins? Are they valuable? I've kind of seen a little bit all over the place. These I think are fabulous and I actually think they look quite nice for a holiday table as well. This one here is also Stop Me in Your Tracks. Beautiful, definitely hand stitched. There you can see from the underside. I also love the detailing around the napkin. I think that pattern is so beautiful, that scalloping along the border. Now this one is pretty too, but I didn't realize how dirty it is. Tell me what the best way to clean these is without ruining the beautiful delicate parts. I've heard of Tilex, I've heard of Retro Clean. I know Retro Clean is good on quilts, but this one needs some help, honey. I think once I get some of that brown / dirt off, it'll be beautiful and that'll be a nice set of 2. But please comment below with your tips on what to clean this with. Like I said, these are in really sweet condition, not as decorative, but still very sweet. These will be available on my Etsy store as well. And then we have these. This color palette is so retro. It is not my color palette at all. However, I think I know a lot of people would love to have these. This is actually my niece's color palette through and through, but she's 21 and is not, you know, creating her own household at this point yet. So these are going to be for sale. It is a set of 6. They're in really good condition, very mid-century modern, no tears on any of them. These will be available in my Etsy store. You saw this book I picked up. I love books in general, especially vintage books, as I said in the footage. And so I might read this to my kids for a little while. I also like styling with them. So I picked up one of these. I am thinking about selling some vintage books that I have, so if you're interested in that, let me know if I should post some of those on my Etsy store. I'm not sure what the market is like for those, but if you're like, yeah, girl, I would look at those, let a sister know. And then at that second estate sale, there was a lot of high quality, very expensive art / glass work there. That's why I just kind of let the music play and let you enjoy it, because it was a fun estate sale to attend to see those things. However, it was the first day and there's definitely no way I was buying any of those at that price. There were a couple I maybe could have come back for the second day, but sometimes your girl just doesn't have time for that. However, this, I did look at comps online when I saw it. Oh, all my little pieces are falling. When I saw it, I knew it was probably worth a decent amount, and it is. So the only thing it doesn't have is the little shaker thing for the dice, But I think I can probably swap that out with another older one I have that is not at all this nice. The only thing I don't love the red dye with the pink and brown and cream. I think that's what came with this. I don't know. Should I try and find some nicer dye for this or just leave the set altogether? I need some help on how I should do that, but this will be listed in my Etsy store and it is beautiful. And that's a wrap on that haul. Thank you for coming along. Comment below. Let me know what your favorite find that I found was. Also, if you're interested in any of those items, send me a message. Let me know on my Etsy store, Tiny Finds Treasures. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet to join the hunt, and we will see you in the next one. Like this video if you enjoyed it. It really helps my channel. Thank you for being here. Bye.